Welcome to Wine Road, the wine, when, and where of northern Sonoma County. I'm your host, Marcy Gordon, with Beth Costa, Executive Director of the Wine Road.
Thanks to Ron Rubin, we're able to keep our podcast rolling along. The financial support of River Road Family Vineyards and Winery allows us to keep recording, keep sipping wine, and keep sharing stories with our listeners. Check out their website at riverroadvineyards.com and explore their Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, and Old Vine Zinfandel from the Russian River Valley, as well as a finely crafted Cabernet Sauvignon from the Alexander Valley. That's riverroadvineyards.com. And hey, thanks, Ron, for allowing us to make this show happen.
Welcome to episode 190. Today, our guest is Liana G, who is our member liaison and master juggler at the Wine Road World Headquarters for your Wine Road enjoyment. Welcome, Liana.
Hi, thank you for
She's
having me.
one of our own. But so we're going to talk a little bit about what Liana does for the Wine Road and how what she does helps you.
Exactly.
Our listeners.
At least that's the plan.
We're going to give you some deets on her at the end, and you're going to want to use them.
Oh, my gosh.
We're going to give you emails,
we have
phone
a list.
numbers. So, yeah.
We dug deep with your kindergarten teachers and stuff. Yeah.
It's going to be a little bit of this is your life. Remember this voice?
Mm-hmm.
No. So, welcome, Liana.
Thank you.
Let's talk a little bit about your liaisoning.
Okay.
Yeah, so, you've been working for us for a few months now.
Yep.
And, came into this job, not being the wine enthusiast necessarily and not knowing, everything there is to know about the Wine Road, but growing up here. And so tell us, what it is that you do. Well, what is a member liaison for the Wine Road?
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you for having me.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like you said, I did not know anything about Wine Road, and I did not really know that much about wine, and I still kind of don't. And I'm learning a lot every day. But I am here as member support to all of our lodgings and our wineries, and anybody who works at any of these lodgings or wineries. It doesn't just have to be the owners. If they need something from Wine Road, if they need pictures or support, or they have questions about some offerings that we are doing or some programs that we have, I want them to reach out to me, because we have Beth, who is in charge of she's our head chief. She's in charge of all the big stuff. And I'm here to handle all the little day-to-day minutia. And
All the
Debbie,
details.
and Debbie handles all the event stuff, so we don't want to pester her either. So give me all of the questions.
So when I talk about, I'm going to get that done, and I say, well, I, meaning Liana, is going to get that done.
I'm going to do my best, yep.
So, but you also do outreach to the visitors people who are using the Wine Road as our resource.
Yes.
And so what types of activities or things do you do for our listeners?
So I am in charge of mailing out all of our maps. So
Yep.
anybody that contacts us and requests a map, I mail that out. I also answer any emails that come in, as long as I'm not on vacation. Answer any emails that come in. If you have questions about our events, I will do my best to answer them. If I can't, somebody else like Debbie will. But I'm kind of your first point of contact.
So, you spend a lot of time really just going over our website page by page, and we have itineraries on the website, and you're the person that's been editing all that and narrowing all that down. So when visitors are coming and they're not really sure what to do, Liana can certainly help you. She can, help you create an itinerary and narrow down what's a reasonable travel time. Because if you do it on your own and you say, I want to go to this winery, Cast at the end of Dry Creek Valley, and then I'm going to go to Russian River Vineyards, and it's going to be, 45 minutes, you won't make that drive.
No.
So if you reach out to us and you can connect with Liana, she can help you, determine what is a reasonable day.
Yes. And make the most of your time.
Yeah, because maybe you do want to visit both of those, but maybe you visit them on different days.
Yeah. So just giving you little insider tips to make your visit that much better.
Yeah, it's helpful to have somebody who lives here give you that insider knowledge, because I can't tell you how many times I've gone to other states, countries, or whatever, and gone, wow, I really hope that I can do everything that I want to do, and I don't know if that's possible.
Or you wish you had someone you knew
Helping you.
who could
Holding
help.
my hand.
Yeah, somebody helping you. And so you also, as a newer employee, went to a couple of our seminars we put on.
Yes.
That was fun.
I loved the Carol Shelton
Yeah.
seminar. That was just so amazing. And I didn't really even know what I was expecting out of it. I just really loved watching her passion because she is so enthusiastic and she is so knowledgeable. And I brought my husband along who really did not want to go because it was in the
like,
morning.
Oh, man.
He was like, why are we going to a work thing? As soon as we got there, he was like, oh, this is all about science. And he was like, she's talking about all this scientific process. And he's like, this is so cool. Like it was, I don't know how to describe it other than I was blown away because I had a new appreciation for wine. I mean, I've gone wine tasting and I enjoy wine. I don't know a lot. And I sometimes feel like a lot of times where I have in the past, especially when I was living in LA and I'd go wine tasting down there, they were very snobby and they made me feel kind of stupid.
Like you didn't know.
Yeah.
And I was like, gosh, I really wish you'd just talk to me like a person. And that's how Carol was. And it was really cool. She just made you feel very welcome.
Mm-hmm.
And she really wanted you to understand why she did something or another.
Like she brings that passion. It is so genuine and you just feel it. And you are so imbued with her energy.
Oh, yeah.
She's the perfect person to learn about wine from. It's wonderful.
Her enthusiasm never, dimmers. I mean, she's always super
I
excited.
was like, how do you have so much energy about this all the time?
Always,
it's so cool.
for years and years. I know, I agree. One other thing you've been working on is our ambassador program, which is new for the Wine Road. So like you just got hired and I said, okay, we're going to start this new program and I want you to write the test for it.
Yeah, that was fun. Actually, that was a really great way to learn a lot about Wine Road.
So that was my motive. I thought
that's
you're going to
smart.
really
Yeah.
have to learn it yourself to put together this test. So tell us about what's that? What's the ambassador program?
So the ambassador program is kind of cool because it's like a 2-tiered thing. Anybody, either a winery member or an employee or just a layman like myself,
Visitors and guests, yeah.
My mom, anybody could become an ambassador. And basically what you do is you go onto the website and you watch a video, you read through our little, what do we call it? Study guide. That's what we're calling it. And you take a test and it's an open book test and you learn about the Wine Road and you learn about wine in Sonoma County, in our 3 AVAs. And I'm not going to tell you what AVA means because
It's
that's
in the test.
It's on the test.
Yeah.
And then when you pass the test, it's a very simple one that's online, I will mail you a pin. And then you have this really adorable pin that has this quail holding a wine bottle. And I love it so much. And it says Wine Road Ambassador. And
Yes,
It is cute.
So is it open book and open bottle, the test?
Well, it's a better test. Yes.
One would encourage that.
I think that's what we put on the website. Just open a bottle of
Open
wine,
book and open
get
bottle.
comfortable.
Well, speaking which, we forgot to talk about our wine of the day.
Well,
so,
we just started sipping on it.
yeah. So wine of the day, when I say open book, open bottle.
I guess no one can see what we're sipping on. This is awesome. I thought this was, in the morning, this would be a nice little wine for us to start with. It's Moshin Vineyards, and it's the 2022 Rosé of Pinot Noir.
And it is so good.
It's delicious. Rush River Valley. Yeah, it's a little more for,
We'll read the
a little
label
more for
later.
Marcy, who's pushy. A little more for Liana, who's like, oh my gosh, this is my job.
I have to say, that is one of those things that my mom and I like to kind of giggle about. She's like, gosh, your job, you get to drive around to wineries and take pictures at wineries. And sometimes they want to just give you wine or you just get to have a nice little wine tasting in the afternoon. I'm like, I know, it's weird. I pinch
It's
myself.
So what is that driving around and taking pictures? Tell them about that.
So we have a little...
You do have a great job.
No, I really do. I'm very lucky. I have a little feature on the front page of our website called Visit, Stay, Sip. And each week we feature a winery and we feature a lodging and we feature one specific wine from one of these wineries. And the reason that I get to drive around is because we take a picture of a Wine Road wine stopper next to the featured wine. And in each of these little visit day sips, we give a little explanation and a link and just kind of trying to encourage folks to try different wines, try different wineries, see different places that they can stay when they are here in Sonoma County.
Yeah, give them an idea of all the choices.
Yes.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to, give a shout out to one lodging at a time and one winery at a time. And of course, one wine, and the winery gets to pick the wine that they want to feature, and it's a nice little
Yeah, and it's not a big thing or anything. It's just, hey, this is the wine that we feel like talking about
it's a
today.
little boost of the day, and
Yeah.
you get to go out and see that and do that. Yes.
Yeah, it's really
You're
rough.
living the life, Liana.
It's a good way to also just learn more about the wineries. You know,
Exactly.
as someone who's new on board, it's a good opportunity to meet the owners or the winemakers or
Definitely.
the GMs that are at those properties.
And then
Which
just
is,
getting to see our beautiful area, the countryside and the vineyards. We live in a gorgeous spot.
Seriously.
And that's why people want to come here. You know, they get to see that too and live it, and you get to help them plan that trip.
You grow up here kind of out in the country and then left and then came back.
Yeah. So I grew up in West Sonoma County, not interested in wine at all as a younger person. And I didn't understand what my parents were all about with it.
Yeah, what's the big deal?
Actually, kind of funny story. When I was really young, my aunt and uncle would come up from Los Angeles and they'd bring my cousins and they would love to go wine tasting. And in the 90s, there weren't, or like the 80s and 90s, there weren't really like a lot of places.
Wasn't
but
that much. Yeah.
They'd insist that we'd go to Dry Creek. That was where we'd go. So we would all hop in the car from Camp Meeker, where I lived.
Oh, wow.
And we'd hop in the cars and we would make our way out to Dry Creek. We'd stop at the Dry Creek General Store. And
Which is still there. Yeah.
and my aunt would buy a bunch of sandwich material and then throw together a bunch of sandwiches for us kids in the Dry Creek picnic area that they have, the Dry Creek Vineyards picnic area. And then they would go and wine taste and leave us just to run amok.
Well, there's a lawn area
And
there.
I was
It's a
like
good
maybe
spot.
5 or 6.
Yeah.
So, and what's funny is that when I first started, I think within a week,
Oh,
I
that's
went
right.
to a luncheon there
At Dry Creek Vineyard.
At Dry Creek Vineyard. And I hadn't been there since I was a kid. And it was so weird to just see everything be, I mean, it was way more beautiful and amazing
Trees
than
were
I could have
bigger.
remembered.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was so cool to see it again. And I was like, wow, I can't believe this is coming full circle
That
because
is a good full circle moment.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you are a true West County Meeker. My
Yeah, when she
gosh.
said West
yes.
County, I'm thinking, West
West
County.
is the real
in the
deal.
deep dark.
Yeah, that's like that's special.
Yeah, I mean, I love going back to visit in my dad's house down there, and it's really beautiful. It's very cold in the winter.
Well, yes, it's a very protected inland valley there.
Yeah, a lot of shade. But yes, so I left Sonoma County for Los Angeles for 10 years. Thought I would make my fortune. I don't know, being a flight attendant, which was a terrible idea. You don't make money doing
Really?
that.
You were a flight attendant?
Oh, yes.
Oh, I did not know this.
See, that's
nugget.
why I love her. That was part of the
Oh,
reason
my
that I
gosh.
hired her, because that person knows hospitality.
Because she knows for you to put your mask on first.
Yeah, yeah, and then save your children.
Oh, well, that's how-
Open your bottle first.
But that's hospitality, you know.
Yeah. it
Wow.
was- so I went and did that for a while and then did other customer service jobs and then decided Los Angeles is way too busy for me. I need nature. I need trees. I would like to be with my family again. So
Wow, that's such a great
Yeah.
story.
She also did a podcast for.
I did not know
yeah.
that.
So I thought that was, someone who I could look at her
Yeah, so
resume,
she's got
and
some
the flight
podcast
attendant was
experience.
awesome, and then some podcast experience. So she wasn't starting at ground zero. She understood what we needed to do, and so you help schedule all of our guests now, and you
Yeah.
do the show notes, and it's a lot of work. To
I'm still
create the podcast.
processing the whole flight attendant thing. That's like
I know.
hardcore hospitality training.
It is,
unflappable.
it was actually, I think the customer service part actually came pretty naturally. That's always been something that I've been very comfortable doing. It was all of the emergency training that made me just lose my mind.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they would make part of our training, the ending of the training was you would have to go through an emergency situation.
Yeah.
And you'd have to be shouting commands as you're doing stuff. And if you messed up one word, it was an automatic fail out of the entire program.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you only got, I think, one chance, and then you had one chance to remake it. And after that, I was like, wow, if I can do this, I can do anything. And then I did it, and I was like, well, now I'm here.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Now
Well,
I'm here.
because, in an emergency, you have no chance to screw
Nope.
up. You have to get it
No.
right. Yeah.
The words have to be right.
Yeah. That's so cool. Fun fact to know.
Fun fact.
I told you.
But yeah, now I'm here doing nice and relaxing stuff.
Yeah.
She's taking pictures of wine
There's
bottles.
not too many water
So much
landings
better.
here at the wine road.
Yeah, the occasional.
Just wine landings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wine landing, bring it in nice and smooth. It's time for our Fast Five. Who do we have on the line now?
Hi, my name's Lindsay Musco, and I'm the Director of Business Development with Visit Santa Rosa.
Oh,
Yay.
Visit Santa Rosa.
We love
them.
Visit Santa Rosa.
Yeah,
Such
thanks
a
for
great
having me.
organization. So what is your recipe? What's your Fast Five?
So it's a simple Brussels sprout salad, and it's got 5 core ingredients. So Brussels sprouts cut in half and julienned, then blanched, toasted walnuts chopped, bacon or pancetta chopped and cooked, and then your favorite vinaigrette. I personally like Gerard champagne, and then garnish and top with shaved parmesan. So you can serve that either hot or kind of
That
room temperature
Sounds
cold.
so good.
And it's really simple. It's really quick. And again, you can do it cold weather, warm weather. And then I prefer it, well, not these days because I'm pregnant, but but one day soon, I enjoy it with like a crisp white. So you could do an unoaked chardonnay. You could do a rosé. And that really is nice to just cut through kind of like the heaviness from the bacon and the parmesan.
Yeah.
So again, a great side dish, hot or cold, any time of year.
Love it. Brussels
actually-
sprouts and bacon. Sometimes I've done that with
It
pancetta,
sounded
and
fabulous.
it's so good.
Yeah.
I love that. And that's so easy to make.
It sounds like she was saying. I was thinking, I got to remember this because I'm going to go make that. It sounds so good.
Thanks. Yeah,
It is good.
It's pretty straightforward and simple, and again, quick and easy. Perfect for a weekday side.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thanks for calling
We'll
in.
put that in the show notes.
Thank you.
So growing up here, what do you think people need to do and see when they come and visit besides, wine tasting?
Oh man. Well, I am an avid hiker. I love to be outside. Obviously, growing up in Camp Meeker, I lived outside.
Yeah,
I
right.
lived in the creek across the street from my house, constantly covered in, poison oak. Now I'm allergic to it, but that's neither here nor there. But I love to hike at Pomo Canyon. The Jenner Headlands is like my favorite place ever.
I just
ever,
went
ever.
to the Jenner Headlands
it's so cool.
just a couple of weeks ago. Wow. I've been wanting to go there. It's just had their 5-year
you've never been
anniversary.
there?
I hadn't been there since
You're
they had
such a
their
hiker.
5-year anniversary. I've always for some reason, we just never get out there. But we went there. It was I think a Thursday. We're the only people there.
It's amazing.
And it happened to be a little windy that day.
Yeah,
and we went up
always.
the main, going up the sky.
sea to sky.
See the sky. And I got to the top. I nearly got blown off the top.
Wait,
As
did you go all the way to the top?
We went to, Roger turned around at the second gate.
Oh, okay.
I kept going.
Okay.
But it was so windy. I thought my phone was going to blow out of my hand.
So I've done I haven't done
But beautiful.
the main hike. I haven't done the Pole Mountain hike, which
I
is
didn't
actually
do the
15
I
miles.
Yes, I did not do
my
that complete.
Lord.
I did not do the complete.
I will one day do that. I haven't gotten to that point yet, but I've done the.
to be in the
I've
summer
done
so you have daylight.
Oh, I like it when it's cold.
Oh.
I love hiking in the fog. It's weird. I
Oh,
don't know.
nice.
It's perfect out there to me.
Well, it's
so
a soft, gentle feeling.
it's so nice, and then you're not being baked by the sun. But the Russian Gulch part of the trail where you go through the forest and the trees,
yeah.
it is so magical. It is so cool.
I don't know why it took me so long to get out there, but that's a great resource.
Everybody
Wonderful.
should go, and if you can donate to their cause, do it because it is just such an amazing piece of property, and I love it so
and
much.
the views and everything. And you can stop at a Cafe Aquatica before or after.
Yeah. Everybody needs a good snack.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think if there's anywhere else that I really like to go. I mean, I like coastal hikes. Coastal
Do you ever
hikes are my
go to the
favorite.
Pinnacle Gulch?
Yes.
Yes, that's a great little quick up and down.
Mm-hmm. No, I prefer coastal hikes. I just like cooler weather. I know that everybody loves Annadel, and Annadel is beautiful.
But it
It's
does
just
get hot.
So dang hot.
Yeah.
And I like cold.
Yeah. Well, you can't beat the coast. It's just so beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's so changeable. While we were there, it was completely fogged in. And by the time we came back to the car, the fog was
sunny,
gone.
And
yeah.
you get great
Beautiful
pictures.
views. And yeah, it was just gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's very close. it's not far at all.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's me for outside. I mean, out and otherwise you'll find me in my garden. Trying not to kill everything out there.
That's where I like to be. That's where I like to be. So what are you looking at, Marcy? Oh, you had a funny look on your face.
Oh, no, I'm just looking at the scenery.
I thought maybe I was in trouble for some reason. Okay, so tell me, did you bring a book because we like to have a little book of the day.
Fun.
I did. We haven't had a book of the day in a while, but we do have one today, and it's a very cool book. It's called How to Taste, A Guide to Discovering Flavor and Savoring Life. I thought this was interesting because a couple of shows ago we had talked about Vino Taster that talks about the taste receptors and how you experience taste. And this is by Mandy Naglich, and she's an advanced cicerone and a certified taster. Now, cicerone is really the beer, kind of like a beer psalm, so to speak.
Right.
And it goes all into kind of the science of how you taste, but how tasting, when you eat, tasting is like really brings everything into alignment. The sense of smell is such a strong sense memory for us. Like you smell something, reminds you of someone or a childhood memory, and how deeply our sense of taste and smell is connected to our whole being, really. Memory, deep dive, drop into it. So, I love this kind of stuff. Me. And it just makes it, its flavor and tasting are just like probably the most exquisite things we can do. And just about how it talks about coffee and cheese and all the different things and wine. But professional taster.
Very cool.
Nice. Okay, so then
That's my book of the day.
Did want to wrap up by mentioning that tickets are on sale for Winter Wineland. People should check that out. wineroad.com, Winter Wineland. I think it's $95 for the weekend. And ticket sales end around the 10th, I think, 7th maybe, the 7th of January. So people should check that out. Winter Wineland. We have almost 60 wineries participating this year.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a fun event.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I have one more thing. As usual, I always have one more thing. We have this incredible lodging member along the wine road that I just love called Wild Haven Glamping.
Wild Haven, Sonoma.
Wild Haven, Sonoma.
2 locations.
That's right. And actually, I think they're just opening in Yosemite, so I think that's maybe 3 or is that 2? I don't know.
They're growing.
But so the Wild Haven Sonoma is right outside of Healdsburg, right on the Russian River, and it's these incredible camping tents that are set up with, beautiful queen-size beds and fire pits, and they're amazing. It's open year-round. But I wanted to mention today they have some super exciting news. We were just reading this on Facebook ourselves. They're putting in some cabins. So they have heating and air conditioning, and they're insulated, so it is going to be warm throughout the year, no matter how cold and chilly it might get. They're all queen-size beds, and the thing is, if you come in the winter, it's not going to be packed. It's going to be this that'd
be the perfect time to go.
Time to be there.
It's lovely, and
really they are on the river, and so you'll hear the water rushing at night and. It sounds amazing. I'm
coyotes,
so excited.
The owls.
Yeah. I know that I haven't gone online to check out their calendar of events, but in the past, I know that they've done a big New Year's deal out there with music, and they had a Valentine's special last year, and I think they brought in music for that also. So it's really a super cool place and a really great alternative for a little getaway. Even if you live local, it could be a staycation, and you'd feel like you're on an adventure in this awesome cabin in the woods on the river.
Glamping on the river.
Yeah. So it's Wild Haven, Sonoma. Check them out. That's it. Anything else?
Anything else, Liana? Any parting words? Any emergency exits you want to point out?
No, but just if anybody has any questions or I don't know, if they need anything, just email me, Liana, Liana, @wineroad.com.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's great. I mean, she really can help you fine-tune if you have some itinerary ideas or questions, point you in the right direction for, transportation, restaurants, wineries, lodgings, you name it.
And I have a lot of opinions on restaurants.
Yep.
So,
there you go. Liana is your trusted resource on the wine road.
That's what we need.
All right.
Well,
thanks
for coming
Liana.
today.
Thank you
ladies.
so much. We'll see you on the wine road.
Bye.
Bye-bye.